Hi guys! Welcome back to Clueless Crafts. Today we're going to be making some mini donuts along with a little mini donut box to put them in. So keep watching and see how I do it. Alright, so I'm going to need a brown color, but I don't have light brown, so I'm just using gold and white. And it actually turned into a pretty good color for donuts. And so I'm just taking pieces and rolling them into balls and flattening them slightly. And I'm making 6 of those. And we're going to take a toothbrush and dab it all over to create some texture and make it look a little bit less like clay. And that's my 6 donuts with one of them chocolate. And we're going to take a tool and just stab it right through the middle on either side and just keep flipping and stabbing the center until a nice solid hole appears. Not solid, but you get the gist. For this one I kind of messed up. For the little icing that you put on top, you do not need to use a tool to flatten it out. It just makes it so much harder, so I have to scrape it off this ruler, and the edges are so weird. And just use your fingers and stretch it out. You'll see it later on in the video. And I'm just making an indent in the center and then poking it through so it looks more like a donut. And for this one, I'm going to make it a blueberry drizzle donut. So I'm just taking a little ball of blue clay, rolling it out, and trying to drape it on the donut. I'm just making a back and forth zigzag. Alright, and a little bit of fixing up. And our little blueberry donut's done as we click in the center. Next up, we're going to start off with a whole donut. And we're going to put some chocolate icing on. We're taking light brown clay and a pile of dark brown clay, and we're cutting it up into pieces and just flicking it on the top. And I would say this is like a maple bacon donut. That's what it looks like to me. For our next donut, create a hole again. This is a better way of doing it, takes less time. And we're going to be putting white icing on top. I almost said yellow. See, this is how you should do it. You should just pull it with your fingers. So much easier. And just kind of smooth out the edges. I'm using acetone on a Q-tip to get rid of all the fingerprints, which I needed to do for every single one. And for this one, I wanted to do rainbow sprinkles. So I'm just taking logs of clay, rolling them out real thin, cutting them up, and just placing each individual sprinkle on as I see fit. For the next one, I'm using some strawberry icing, smoothing it out around the edges, poking it through the center and smoothing that out. And for this one, I want to do a strawberry vanilla drizzle. So I'm going to first clean up my edges, and then I'm going to roll out a bunch of white clay logs and drape them over. And we're not doing a zigzag, we're just doing a straight across. And it'll end up looking like this. Next up, finally we're doing the chocolate donut with a vanilla icing. And we're just going to stretch it out, pat it down, poke it through, tidy it up, and we're going to cut up a whole bunch of pieces of dark brown clay, and we're going to just place them on randomly, and this donut will turn into a cookies and cream donut, one of my favorites. The next donut, and the last donut, we're going to do a cotton candy theme. So we're taking a ball of pink clay and a ball of light blue clay. And we're stretching them out into half circle shapes and joining them together. Then we're just going to place it right on top of the donut as usual. Blend out the edges, poke it through, neaten it up. Use a Q-tip and acetone. And I figured a finished look would be adding some sprinkles of the same color on opposite sides. So just taking some light pink sprinkles on the blue side and some light blue sprinkles on the pink side. And that's our cotton candy donut. So all of these donuts are ready to go into the oven. Alright, and while our mini donuts are baking in the oven, let's make a little donut box to put them in. So I decided to create my own template since a lot of the ones I found online weren't small enough for them. So I just measured out the size I needed and created my own and just cut out the shape of it, then folded along all the lines. I also cut each corner flap to be able to close the box easier for a more secure fit. And with the box made, I then took a old envelope and used the little plastic window, cut out a shape for the front of the box and used it as my donut box window. And now my little box is done, but I kinda don't like it now. It's a little too flimsy and papery, so I took some thin cardboard and cut out the exact same thing and repeated all the steps beforehand, and now I have a much more sturdy, more donut looking box. These little donuts turned out so well, at least for my standards. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below which donut was your favorite. And if you liked what you saw, maybe you'll subscribe, stick around, see what else I have for you in the future. But other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all later. Bye!